What's up, YouTube? For tonight's video, this is going to be our guide on how to use Avalugg Hisuian in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'll be providing competitive movesets and some fun meme movesets too. If there's a Pokemon you'd like to see me cover, let me know in the comment section of the video. And if you enjoy these guides and they help out, make sure you hit that like button and let's get into it. So earlier on, I did an Electrode Hisuian guide, so make sure you check that one out. And now we're going to have a look at the Avalugg. So Avalugg... oh, this Pokemon was, didn't really get dealt a nice hand of cards, that's for sure. Let's have a look at it. So, the first three stats are they're good, you know. We got nice health stat, great attack stat, incredible defensive stat. The problem it has is ice and rock typing isn't the greatest typing combination in the world there. For starters, we're 4 times weak to fighting, which is a very, very bad typing to be weak against. It's 2 times weak against rock, 4 times weak to steel, 2 times to grass, water, and also ground as well. So it does have a lot of weaknesses too. That's going to be difficult. But anyway, we'll have a look at it. So it's got the ability Strong Jaw, which is a complete troll and failure on this Pokemon. I will explain that as we go on. I have done a Strong Jaw set. We got Ice Body, which isn't bad at all. And we got Sturdy. So the moveset I've given it first, we're going to be like just a normal physical set. Basically like, you know, just 1 recover and 3 physical moves, or you could have 4. You could actually have 4 attacking moves and run recover. We're just going to start with a physical attacking set. So this one has got max EVs in health and attack, and I've got Adamant Nature, which is going to be great. Nice attack stat. So its signature move it gets is Mountain Gale. What this move does is 100 base power, and it has a 30% chance of flinch. The problem is with flinching moves, it always works well on a fast Pokemon, which means Avalugg is not really going to be able to make use of this at all. I've got some movesets that can, but they're more gimmicky. The only true way you can get this to work like decently is probably using this under Trick Room. That way it can go first. So if you wanted to like run this out under Trick Room, you absolutely could just adjust it to Brave Nature and then go for that 0 IVs and speed. But regardless, if you're running under Trick Room or not, I'd probably go for these moves here. Maybe under Trick Room, you could run Rock Slide on it, just for that flinch chance, or if you're running this in doubles too. So if you want to adjust this to doubles play, have Rock Slide on there, and I'd probably you could keep the other moves too if you really wanted to. So most of these moves are going to work well. So Rock Slide for doubles or Stone Edge for singles. And Earthquake is probably going to work in both doubles and singles there. And Mountain Gale. So there you go. That's the moves that I'd give it there. So we got some coverage for any of those fire types, steel types. Mountain Gale is really good against dragon Pokemon like Dragonite and stuff like that. Dragapult, those sort of Pokemon. And Rock Slide is just like good coverage. It's pretty good, you know. I'd say this Pokemon's got a good coverage in the moves. It's more of its typing and its stats. Because back to its stats here, like its special defense really lets it down. Like if it had that great special defense, that would make it like so much better. Now, Heavy Duty Boots is a good item on this Pokemon due to it being ice, having that ice type there. It does get worn down rather easily. And also, if you got Heavy Duty Boots on there, it's also going to conserve your Sturdy, which can be useful there if you come across a powerful special attacker and you live the attack, and then you can, you know, one-shot them back with your high attack stat. So that's how I would run like a basic physical attacker. You got recover as well. If you don't want recover, you could always use something different at the same time. I've got 6 movesets here, but there's actually other ones I can think of now. So I'm going to go over these 6 and then probably a couple more in this video. So that's probably like sort of your typical standard set, whether you're running in Trick Room or not, or singles or doubles, so, or VGC, whatever sort of format you're playing. For VGC, I'd probably give it a different item than Heavy Duty Boots, though. It just... as I think about that now, you could give it depends, because I've given this Terra Ground on the singles one. I'm trying to think of anything else, so you could go Terra Rock if you wanted to. Choppleberry isn't a bad item. That'll at least power down those fighting type moves, and if it's a physical move there, it's going to do like way less because you've got that high defensive stat. So that could be a good combination there for like an item. on Avalugg for sure. Now, the only bad thing about Mountain Gale too, it actually only has 85 accuracy, so it's not the greatest move in the world. It's all right. If you want to go, you could go Ice Spinner if you wanted to, but Ice Spinner is like a lot weaker, and you have to worry about, especially if you're running with like terrain Pokemon on your team, you don't want to end that terrain, so that's another thing about it. But if you're not really worried about that and you want to hit 100%, actually 100% of the time, go for Ice Spinner. Let's have a look at this Pokemon as a utility. It does have some good promise for utility. Let's check it out. So I'd like to run this, when I run this Pokemon as a utility, I like to run it defensive because you want to make use of its great defensive stats. So once again, we're good at max health. Pretty much Avalugg is always going to benefit from max health, and we've got max defense. So with Impus Nature, it's just insane in defense. So it's really, really good for that sort of thing. So let's have a look at this. So we got Stealth Rock. It's going to set the Stealth Rocks up. It also has Rapid Spin too, which is great. So it can spin away any entry hazards, which is very, very nice. And also increases its speed too. That's a nice little extra bonus there. But you're going to need like a lot of Rapid Spins to outspeed anything. So I've given it Mountain Gale and Earthquake too at the same time. Kind of similar moves to the other one. I've just given it its main sort of stab moves there, which is going to be useful. I was thinking of Terra types to mix it up to. I thought Terra Fairy isn't all that bad because it is 4 times weak to fighting, so a Terra Fairy could be useful. I don't know. I don't know if I'd be tearing it like straight away, but the problem is with this Pokemon, to get it to survive for like a reasonable amount of time, you probably have to Terra it because of how bad its type combination is. Like Ice and Rock is, it's not very friendly typing, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's the only bad thing about Avalugg, really. Well, one of the bad things is its typing. Like, it really does let it down. Even though it's, like, incredibly bulky on the defensive side. So, yes, maybe I'd put that in something. Maybe Terra-type Ghost as well, like Ghost, Fairy. If you wanted to make it singular Ice, you could. But on a Snow team, that could work too. Something like, let's say, for example, a Bomber Snow. That could be good for a Snow team. I will go over some more Snow builds as well as we get into this video. But just some sort of last-minute thoughts there on the Terra types. I went for Ground on this one. So Ground, Fairy, Ghost, Ice if you're running on a Snow team, and possibly Rock as well. You could do that to power up any of its Rock type moves, but not on this set because you don't have any like attacking, physical attacking Rock moves. But there you go, that's the moveset and EVs here. I've given it Leftovers because Leftovers is nice and handy, some easy, passive recovery at the end of each turn. Next one I reckon is probably my sort of favorite kind of set to run with Avalugg, even normal Avalugg. I'm not going to do it. Obviously, I'm not doing a moveset guide on normal Avalugg, but the normal Avalugg actually ran quite a decent Curse set with Recover. So we've got Curse here, which is going to bolster its already crazy high defense and good attack already. Now, I like to run on Curse, especially on Curse sets, I like to run special defense, and this thing has garbage special defense, so this gives it a chance at least. So max special defense, careful nature, and max health. This way, it can... it can actually live a special move. Not very well, but it can still live them. And I've given it Apricot Berry too. I like to run Moringa Berry, but I don't think that's in the game so far. So Apricot Berry there, so it's going to raise its special defense by 1 stage when it's at a quarter max health or less, which you will find yourself being at because it's not very fast and... yeah, its special defense isn't that good, so I feel like that could be an option. I've given this Ice Body, so you could run this on a Snow team. So with Ice Body, it's going to give you passive recovery. You could give it Leftovers too, so you get Leftovers and Ice Body. That's a nice, like, double healing. And yeah, and you've also got the Snow to give it an additional bulk on its defensive side, which is going to be very, very good with its already, base 184. So Curse Recover, and we've got Body Press, which is great on Avalugg. Really, really good. If you didn't want to mess around with special defense, you could give it, like, just straight up defense and just, start banging out those body press. Is going to be very, very good. That's an option too. I've given it Terra Fighting purely for body press because after a curse, it's going to be very, very powerful. And I just gave it Mountain Gale. So any, like, ghost type Pokemon coming in, things like that, or, flying types, you at least can land a additional attack on them, rather than being wall, right? So that is a set you could go for, the Curse Press set. Little bit of an option there. Next one I found could be, this is like a Hypnose special, this one. I actually have run this, and It has worked a little bit. It's probably, if you really want flinches, it's probably better to run this under Trick Room. That's why I've gone / Trick Room as the nickname here. But let me explain it. So I've given this one max speed. So we got Jolly Nature max speed, which isn't very fast. So most of the time, you're probably going to need 2 rapid spins, maybe 3. Probably 2 would be nice because you can outspeed most things then if they're not really fast base Pokemon. I have a Choice Scarf, and I've got Rapid Spin, and that's going to do a little bit of damage there, but most importantly, it's going to increase your speed. Plus, you get rid of those hazards too, which can be useful. So I've got Mountain Gale. So Mountain Gale has got, as I mentioned before, 85% accuracy. So with the wide lens there, that's going to give it an extra 10%. On top of that, so that's going to be, you're into like the 90% then for accuracy. Iron Head has a 30% chance of flinch too, and Rock Slide has a 30% chance of flinch. So you can sort of see the trend with this moveset, and I actually had some pretty good luck with this. It's got good chances of flinching. I'm not saying it's invincible, but man, it can cause some salt for sure. I gave it Terra type Ice just for more power on Mountain Gale because it's got 100 base power, which is pretty nice actually. You could give it like a different array of terrors if you want. You give it rock, ice, steel. The problem is like they're all gonna still be weak to fighting, which sucks. But Mountain Gale is going to be doing a fair bit of damage there too. And if you get a Terra Ice and a flinch, any unusual hits and even resistant are going to take a fair bit of damage. So there you go. Another way you could possibly run the Avalugg Hisuian. Now, the next set I want to explain is a Strong Jaw set. Unfortunately, with Strong Jaw, there's really only 2 moves that are going to make use of for Avalugg. So, Strong Jaw is the ability that's going to power up the attacks by 1.5 times that, like the Strong Jaw, like the biting moves, basically. So, there's quite a list of those for sure. And Ice Fang falls under. Now, Ice Fang, funnily enough, with Strong Jaw, is only a little bit less base power than its signature move. So that's an option if you want to use Strong Jaw. The problem is, outside of that and Crunch, you're really not getting any other benefit. And I feel like Sturdy is still good because, it's low special defense. If anything comes in, you're probably going to get destroyed. So I still feel like that Sturdy is going to be a bit better in that case. But if you want to use Strong Jaw, be my guest, go for it. And yeah, that's I guess it's got better accuracy too, so it's 95. So the other move I thought you could give it for a bit of fun could be Rock Blast. The really only benefit for running this over Stone Edge would be the way that you actually get multiple hits. So you might be able to get around some substitutes, Sturdy, stuff like that. But this is more of a gimmick set, obviously. And of course, Rapid Spin to increase its ever-growing speed stat of base speed stat of 38. So same EVs as my flinching set before. So we got that Rapid Spin going, and then we can go for those powered up Ice Fang from Strong Jaw and Crunch too for a bit of coverage. You're going to get completely walled by Steel type Pokemon though, which is it's kind of unfortunate. So you might have to drop like Crunch. And let me see what we get. I guess we could give it Earthquake. I was trying to give you some options for another one is Bite too. But man, it's really, really barren for sure. Stomping Tantrum also another option there for doubles if you don't want to run Earthquake. I was just thinking that off the top of my head for if you don't want to run Earthquake and doubles, you go Stomping Tantrum. That might be able to work with the signature move too. Unfortunately, it doesn't get high horsepower, so that's probably your only singular move option there if you don't want to have Earthquake. But yeah, back to the point. You could give it like a coverage move like Earthquake. That way you can at least hit Steel types. But there you go. The Strong Jaw. Unfortunately, it's just an epic fail though, because it just doesn't get enough moves that are going to really benefit it, sadly. Now, I've got a special set here, but boy, is it absolute garbage. So with a thumping base special attack of 34, Avalugg might be able to take out a Dragonite with Blizzard if it hasn't terrored normal to extreme speed yet. So I've given this one Snowscape. That's going to obviously boost up the special defense by 1.5 times, making it incredibly bulky. I've given an Icy Rock. Once again, you can couple this with like an Abomasnow so you don't have to set your own snot. But if you want to, you easily can. And I've given it Blizzard, so it's 100% accurate. I've given it Mirror Coat as well. Mirror Coat and Sturdy actually isn't a bad combination. It's quite a good troll option if you've tried that one out before. The only thing is you actually have to have your sturdy intact for it to work. So I just thought that could be a fun little option because obviously it's special. Its variety of special moves isn't very good either. And I also gave this one Terra Blast Psychic. Unfortunately, once again, I'm sort of walled by steel. So you'd probably have to, you could go for like Terra Blast Ground or something, or Fire. That's another option that you go for there as well. So Terra type Fire. Beautiful. So in comes a Steel type, hit him with a Terra type Fire. And yeah, it's going to probably take a 3 or 4 hit KO. But there you go. There's a special Avalugg Hisuian if you want a little bit of inspiration for a special set. Or maybe you're thinking of doing a special one on a team. Or maybe you just want to have a look and see how bad this special was. So there we go. So some other options for Avalugg. I did see quite a couple of moves. I want to mention this at least. So we're talking about snow, right, on a snow team. Let's say, for example, we had a bomber snow, right? And it had snow warning, and, it had icy rock, all those sort of things. We got the snow. We got the snow going. Now, I thought this could be quite a good Veil setup. With its insane bulk, matter of fact, let's just put snow and Veil on the same set. Let's just do that. So we got icy rock, of course. This is going to be really, really bulky. So something like basic, even something basic like this has, I feel like it's got some sort of usage here. You could, I'm thinking about still running careful on there. That way it won't die to one like special. So yeah, so we got Veil, which is going to be great there. So the damage is going to be halved. And we've got snow as well. So any physical hits are going to do virtually nothing. Even like fighting moves are going to be doing quite a little amount of damage. And we've got Recover there to recover any damage off, and Body Press. So it's not, a lot of Pokemon with really great bulk are quite passive, but Avalugg's not a passive Pokemon. It has like a lot of presence about it with its high defensive stat and attack stat. So that could be another option you could use for. Oh, we'll get rid of Strong Jaw because that's terrible. So we'll go with Ice Body. So there you go. So Icy Rock and Icy Body, or Ice Body. So that's an option you could go for with Avalugg too. Terra type, I'd go for Fighting. We actually did a kind of similar set from this before, but there we go. So Veil and Snowscape. That'd be so you could even really do this if you wanted to. Like, you go like crazy defense. Like, a close combat would do, like, nothing. Like, because you get the Snowscape boost, right, of 1.5, and then you get the Veil boost. It's absolutely insane. It's like, close combat's going to do, like, 2 damage, which is going to be pretty funny. Like, and after Terra type, too, it's going to be, like, nothing. So, that would be a crazy defensive wall in the snow there. So, if you got a snow team and you want a defensive wall, Avalugg could be your pick there. I don't think Avalugg's going to get picked by too many people, though, to be honest, sadly, with its typing. But I don't know. I wish they gave it a better ability than Strong Jaw. That was like a full-on troll ability. Like, I think it got something different in Legends. I swear it got something different in Legends Arceus, and then it changed around. I could be wrong about that, though, but I only really have played the main series games a lot, mostly. Competitive and stuff like that. Okay, so let's have a last little look through all of its moves here. So we've gone over Veil, which is definitely optional. We've gone over Curse or Iron Defense. So you could have an Iron Defense Body Press variant. That could absolutely work. Protect, Recover. Recover's going to be standard on most of these Avalugg sets. It's like a staple move for it. Now, you've got a Rest and Sleep Talk set. That could possibly work for sure if you want to heal off any status. But I don't know. I feel like Recover's way better. You don't have to rely on a shaky Rest and then go for Sleep Talk. We've got Stealth Rock on there. We've gone over that sub. Yeah, there really isn't too much. Oh, Wide Guard. So it does get Wide Guard for doubles. You could do some sort of like crazy support set. Let me do this. So we got like sort of like a multi-hitting set that could work, I guess. Maybe on a snow. I could see maybe a snow team. Let's say like you're running a snow team in doubles, right? So Wide Guard would make a nice move there. You could go Blizzards, but I'd probably go Rock Slide. This would be my set. So Rock Slide, this could go under a Snow team or a Trick Room team. So you've got Wide Guard, which is good. You've got Rock Slide. That's going to be nice as well. Let's just assume these EVs here. Let's assume Trick Room. If not Trick Room, it doesn't really matter because it's slow anyway. So Wide Guard, Rock Slide, that's good. And you've also got, we want Mountain Gale on there. That's going to be good for flinching and stuff like that. And what else? We got Earthquake, or you could go, as I mentioned, Stomping Tantrum. So Stomping Tantrum is going to get a double base power boost too. And it actually doesn't work all that bad with these moves here. So 85 and 90, that can miss. So that'll be double base power, and you might come across like a Pokemon, like a Steel type, you know, like, damn, it's going to be double damage, and, you know, completely destroy them. I'd go Sturdy. Sturdy if you're not running Snow, and maybe if you're running Snow, go Ice Body, but Sturdy just sort of, like, guarantees everything. As for this one, you could give it Leftovers, too, as an item. Choppleberry, I mentioned that before, that's another good one. Or, yeah, Leftovers isn't bad. I might give it Leftovers. That's what I could do. Or if you don't want to miss too much, you could go Wide Lens, but then you probably won't get, like, too many misses for Stomping Tantrum, so that sort of, like, works against it. But, yeah, I'd probably go with Leftovers. You got Expert Belt. That's another item you could go for. I'm trying to think. You got Ability Shield if you're really worried about your Sturdy going. What else we got here? We're just going to go, oh, okay, wait, Covert Cloak. So, Covert Cloak could be handy if you are going to get outsped and you're trying to set the trigger out and the opponent is, like, trying to flinch spam you. That could possibly be good as well in the right situation. I'm not saying on this set because you'd be going first, but if you came to a situation where you were getting absolutely destroyed by secondary effects, that could be, you know, always useful there too. But, yeah, I'd probably go, you could go Life Orb or Leftovers. We'll go Leftovers on that set. If you want to run, you could actually go, if you didn't want to run Wide Guard, you could pop on Assault Vest. This would give it a lot more bulk on the special side because, let's be real, its defense is, like, really, really good already. So, let's give it another move. Let's give it another physical move. This is probably what, oh, Avalanche actually isn't all that bad either, but let's presume we're going to try and go first. So, Stomping Tantrum. What else could we give for coverage? I mean, Heavy Slam wouldn't be all that bad. I'm thinking, like, fighting, though. How about Terra Blast? So, Terra Blast for fighting. Oh! Terra Blast Fairy. That could be rather interesting. Terra Blast Fairy. So, any dragon types that could be good against. And, yeah, any, like, counters like fighting types. So, how about that set? I think that's got some reasonable benefit there, giving that a go in Trick Room. So, what do you reckon? Not a bad set. Anyway, people, that's about it for Avalugg Hisuian. I don't think too many people are going to use this Pokemon due to its terrible typing, but I think it's pretty cool. It's definitely got some good coverage. It can make a decent physical attacker for sure. Under Trick Room, I can see it working definitely. For sure there. The problem is it's special. It's really going to get hammered by, like, special attacks and its typing, you know. So, I see Heavy Duty Boots being a definite good item in singles for sure. And, yeah, you can also run a decent Curse or Body Press set. Not bad utility, but all around, definitely not an amazingly powerful Pokemon. So, I don't see it getting that much usage. But it does have a couple of cool niches, but nothing, you know, out of this world at all. Anyway, people, that's about it for today's guide. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back with, I got some more theme teams and streams and stuff tomorrow. And we may even have some more guides out. I'm just trying to finish off the last of these Hisuian Pokemon. That's about it, people. Peace out.